I'm Key, and like most of you, I've been observing community quarantine at home for about 2 months running now. And while I know it's really important for us to be staying at home, I can't help but wish that I was spending my summer of 2020 out of town, at the beach, anywhere but home. So to cope, I found myself revisiting 2019 a lot through IG stories, clips from friends, and anything and everything on my phone. So what I've done is that I've pieced all of those clips together and made this video, and I wanted to share it with you guys.
And it went like...
Made a short trip to the ICU because I learned my thyroid wasn't well, which made my potassium low, which made me lose feelings in my legs. I recovered quick though, then hit the road for our first LU trip of the year. Got wasted at the beach and made Post Malone's Sunflower our anthem for the rest of the weekend. My friends and I from the office held a surprise bachelorette party for Anne at the nail salon. Sold my Lancer. Felt kinda sad, but not for long. New car was much better. Helped my friends by manning a booth selling hair clips and swimsuits. I couldn't sell a single one. My friend Javi got married, then me and the boys got super drunk at his wedding. He's also a dad now. An earthquake hit Manila, then water started overflowing from the building's roof next door. That day put the whole city in a scare. So the office gave us survival kits just in case it happens again. Pat, Jer, Du, and I were going to watch a movie in Venice Mall, but it was Jer's first time here, so Mom's turned 67, and we spent Holy Week with a family pool day. At the office, the team's been working hard till day and night, but we got by. Nika got us stuffed animals too. Mine was a sloth. Pat and I celebrated our second anniversary. Here's us having a facial and a nice lunch out. It's summertime, back again in LU but with coworkers instead. Agenda never changes though, just eat, drink, and vibe by the beach. That next week I took a boat to Cagbalete Island in the south, loaded on gin and tonics, then enjoyed this endless sandbar. That next Saturday, I woke up at 5 a.m. to climb Mount Batula with the team. It's been a minute since my last hike, but the girls made it fun. We literally danced and joked our way up to the summit. Left Manila to do some field work. Spent about 10 hours in a car to drive up to Ilocos, where I spent a full week there to work with our people and just learn more about the area. They also took me on some side trips, waterfalls, windmills, and a lot of food stops in between. Back in Manila to meet Jer. He quit his day job to pursue his passion for cooking. He went from cooking almost burgers to quality burgers. And even sidelines in a cafe. Shake Shack just opened, and we celebrated Du's birthday with burgers on him. My youngest nephew Quinn was born. He actually shares the same birth month with 4 other people in my family. My brother and his fam moved out. Jimmy and Ivy got engaged. But Jimmy also had to move to Canada for his MBA. Du got his first jewel, which came with free engraving. After hard thought, it was obvious. Vive Niche! We celebrated with a bottle of tequila between us, and it didn't end well for me. We squeezed in another beach trip to Bataan and hired a fishing boat to go island hopping. We didn't know it was high tide season and all the sandy beaches were underwater. We found this beautiful rock face instead, and we made do. When the rainy season came, Pat and I started painting at home and made our own sip and go sessions. We invited our friends to join us too. Pat started doing a lot of yoga. She practices all the time. Now she's really good. My Lola, who turned 97, continues to prove that she's the strongest woman I know, overcoming a scary fall and surgery. Turned 26 with my coworkers surprising me in the office. I celebrated by playing ball and running again for the first time since my hospitalization. Reunited with Gemma friends, but I spent more time with Nikki's dogs. Pat turned 25. She really liked her card. We celebrated our birth month by spending a weekend in Thailand. We always start on the beach. As planned, we spent our trip eating, shopping, and getting massages. Then we almost missed our flight back home. Soon later, I had to pack as much of my life in a suitcase where I'd fly to Iloilo for a new work assignment. I would spend weekends discovering the city on foot, and I immersed myself in bak choy, seafood, inasal, everything. Hopped on a boat to neighboring Bacolod to experience Mascara for the first time. I learned what goes on behind the scenes to set up a city-wide festival. The team did great. After work, I met up with Joe. He lives in Bacolod and introduced me to Matt and Liv. We had a proper night out. Hungover the next morning, Joe took us to this hidden paradise outside of the city. After a lot of FaceTime sessions, Pat and my parents finally visited me in Iloilo. We spent a weekend in a resort in Guimaras, and the best part was that it had an inflatable park. We did some sightseeing and of course tried the mangoes. I'd pass on the mango coffee and pizza though. Back in Manila for our marketing team building. Lots of karaoke, shots, and bulalo. Reunited with Pat and the boys. Discovered a rapping gas boy. Flew back to Iloilo and this time took Jana and Leah to Guimaras. Traveled to Cebu for our Visayas sales rally. Christmas season arrived and the spirit is alive and well in Iloilo. Went to a lights festival and attended office Christmas parties. Back in Manila for one last office dinner with the team. Then of course with the family. My parents and I flew out to Osaka, Japan, where we would celebrate the New Year. My favorite moment in that trip was looking for the best okonomiyaki, steaks, and iconic breakfast places. Then of course we had to check off the must-do tourist things and get photos at the bamboo forest, walk through the orange gates, and end it feeding deer in Nara Park.
Hi Emma, it's the year 2020. Are you still enjoying your nap?
Oh god, the sweat is coming through. The sweat is coming through.